Alrighty, folks, we went 2-0 with a push in our college football Week 0 plays on my premium page. We had Iowa State plus 3.5, Kansas minus 12, and we also pushed with Stanford plus 3. And that's going to put us at 5-0 with a push in our last 6 college football tier membership plays dating back to last season. And the good news is I've got 3 more college football tier membership plays going off here for Week 1. Those plays are already posted and ready for access. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my college football free pick video here for Week 1 of the 25-26 season. My name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. And folks, I currently have over 2,700 members who are signed up and active on my premium page. And with that, let's go ahead and dive right into some free content. Going to start off with Boise State taking on South Florida. That'll be a 5:30 Eastern kickoff on Thursday. Boise is -6, total 64. Now, the Broncos are coming off a nice playoff run in 2024. Definitely won a lot of games last year, played some pretty tough defense. I think the D was definitely overshadowed by Ashton Jeanty in the Bronco offense. Listen, Boise was tough against the run last year. They had a top 25 rushing defense, and I just think the Battling Bulls of South Florida, I think they're going to have a tough time moving the football in Tampa on Thursday. I like Boise -6, under 64. Next game, Ohio taking on Rutgers, 6 o'clock Thursday night. Rutgers is -15, totals 47. Now, the Scarlet Knights did drop 6 out of their final 9 contests in 2024. They weren't overly prolific throwing the football. Meanwhile, this Ohio defense last year, they were definitely tough to move the ball against. They had a top 5 rushing defense, allowed only 18 points per contest. Bobcats actually finished the year on a 7-game winning streak. Plenty of unders during that stretch. I like Ohio +15, under 47. All right, next game. East Carolina taking on NC State. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern kickoff. NC State's -12, total 60.5. Now, I do have some concerns about the Wolfpack defensively. They've struggled in the secondary. They actually allowed over 30 points a game last season. And they're going to face an ECU squad who definitely liked to air it out. The Pirates scored a bunch of points last season. They actually beat the Wolfpack in the bowl game. As a matter of fact, the Pirates averaged nearly 39 points a game over their final 6 contests of the 24 season. I think the Pirates will actually move the ball a bit on the Wolfpack. Give me East Carolina +12, over 60.5. Jacksonville State, UCF, 7 o'clock East. Central Florida's -19, totals 53. Now, the Knights are coming off a tough 2024 campaign, losers of 8 out of their final 9 contests. And they're going to take on a Jacksonville State program who likes to ground and pound. I realize Rich Rodriguez left the program, but they were a top 10 rushing team in the nation last season. And listen, bottom line, I just think the Knights are going to overlook the Gamecocks here. You know, UCF, for probably the past 10 seasons, have an overinflated opinion about their program. They actually, declared a national championship. What was that, in 2017? They always think they're a lot better than what they are. I guess it's little brother syndrome when you have all those great teams in Florida. But I think the Knights overlook these guys. It's kind of not your grandfather's Jacksonville State. So give me the Gamecocks +19, over 53. Wyoming, Akron, 7 o'clock East. Wyoming's the 7-point favorite, totals 51. Now, the Cowboys were a solid covering team down the home stretch last season. They had marquee wins against the likes of Washington State, New Mexico, and Air Force. And they're facing an Akron team who definitely struggled running the football. The Zips averaged only 20 points a game last season. I like Wyoming -7, under 51. All right, Buffalo, Minnesota, 8 o'clock East. Minnesota's minus 19, totals 45. And I'll tell you, I'm really not overly optimistic about Minnesota offensively. It's a team who wants to possess the football and have long, sustained drives. They're not like home run hitters. They're just not designed for that. Meanwhile, Buffalo on the other side, they actually finished the 24 season with 5 straight wins to finish off the year. They actually had a 26-7 victory over Liberty in the bowl game. I don't see them getting blown out by 3 scores here. I think they can keep it close. Like I said, Minnesota's really not built to blow teams out. They play really good defense, and they possess the ball. They don't let you touch the ball a whole lot. So I think Buffalo can keep it within 3 scores. Give me the Bulls plus 19, under 45. All right, Nebraska, Cincinnati, 9 o'clock Eastern kickoff at Arrowhead Stadium. Nebraska's minus 7, totals 54, and the Cornhuskers with a handful of unders to finish off the season last year. 6 out of their final 9 games did stay under the total. They were a big time of possession team on offense, and of course defensively, you really couldn't run on these guys. They did have a top 10 rushing defense. And ironically enough, Cincinnati games went 6-3 to the under in their final 9 contests of 2024 themselves. They were also a big time of possession team. Give me the under 54. Next matchup, Miami, Ohio taking on Wisconsin, 9 o'clock East. Wisconsin's minus 17, totals 39.5. And I think Miami's going to have a tough time moving the football on the Badgers. They really didn't run the ball all that well last year. Bottom 10 in plays per game from scrimmage. They just didn't possess the ball enough to get things going. And they're going to face a Wisconsin team who was solid in the secondary last year. They had a top 15 passing defense. Definitely feels like a boring, low-scoring affair. Can't imagine Miami's going to score too many points on these guys. Feels like a 24-3 game. It's really not going to be overly exciting. I like Wisconsin minus 17, under 39.5. All right, next game, Western Michigan taking on Michigan State, 7 o'clock Eastern kickoff Friday evening. Michigan State's minus 20, total is 50. And this is another one. Really not feeling great about Sparty laying 3 touchdowns here. They didn't move the ball incredibly well, really, over the past few years. As far as last season, they were in the bottom 30 in rushing yards. And they actually averaged just 19 points a game. And once again, for a team laying 20 points, Sparty did fail to cover in their final 5 games of the 24 season. Averaged only 16 points a game during that particular stretch. So big number. It's not a great covering program. And they're going to face a Western Michigan team who actually allowed just 16 completed balls a game last season. It's a program who can be competitive. I think they at least keep it close in the first half here. I like Western Michigan plus 20, under 50. All right, Appalachian State taking on Charlotte, 7 o'clock Friday night. Appy's minus 6.5, totals 51. Of course, the Mountaineers definitely threw it well last season. They were a top 25 passing team, handful of covers against conference opponents. Of course, up front, Appy State did a nice job protecting the quarterback. They actually finished in the top 15 in yards per pass. And they're going to face a Charlotte defense who definitely gave up their fair share of points last year. Not a lot of takeaways, defended the rush poorly. The 49ers actually gave up over 200 yards a game on the ground. I think Appy State looks good on offense in this one. Give me the Mountaineers minus 6.5, over 51. All right, Auburn, Baylor, 8 o'clock East. Auburn's minus 3, totals 57. Tough spot for the Tigers on the road here, or away from home. They allowed about 13 yards per pass attempt on defense. Had some problems in the secondary. And they're facing a Baylor squad who actually had little problems getting on the scoreboard last year. The Bears were a top 20 point scoring team. They actually won a handful of games in conference. I think this should be a fun one. I think it comes down to the wire. I like the team catching points in the spot. Give me Baylor +3 over 57. All right, next game, definitely a game of interest here. Georgia Tech taking on Colorado, 8 o'clock East. Georgia Tech's -4, totals 54.5. Now, the Yellow Jackets saw overs in their final 3 games last season. Colorado with overs against the likes of Utah, Texas Tech, and Cincinnati last year. Got some concerns defensively for both programs in this spot here. I like the over 54.5. All right, UNLV-Sam Houston, 9:30 East. UNLV's -13, totals 58.5. 2 offenses who like to run the football. I think we should have a good amount of scoring in this one. I like the over 58.5. Central Michigan, San Jose State, 10:30 East. San Jose State's -12, totals 50.5. Now, the Spartans were not afraid to throw the football in 2024. One of the better passing teams in the nation. And a lot of that was because of the big guys up front. They were in the top 10 in fewest sacks allowed. Meanwhile, Central Michigan on the other side, well, they had a dreadful second half of the season last year. Losers of 6 out of their final 7 contests. They actually allowed 30 points a game last season. When it comes to the total, the Chippewas saw overs against the likes of Northern Illinois, Miami, Ohio, and Eastern Michigan. San Jose State with overs in 3 out of their last 4. I like San Jose State -12 over 50.5. Next contest, Texas, Ohio State, 12 o'clock Eastern kickoff on Saturday. OSU's -2, totals 47.5. Now, the Buckeyes with overs in 3 out of their final 4 games last season scored a lot of points on offense. The Buckeyes were in the top 15 in points per game, top 3 in yards per play from scrimmage. Meanwhile, the Longhorns, they were a top 15 passing team. I don't think we'll see anything less of that out of Arch Manning this year. Overs for them against the likes of Arizona State, Clemson, and Florida. I like the over 47.5. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Give me Boise State -6, under 64. Ohio Bobcats +15, under 47. East Carolina +12, over 60.5. Jacksonville State +19, over 53. Wyoming -7, under 51. Buffalo +19, under 45. I like the under 54 in that Nebraska-Cincinnati matchup. Wisconsin -17, under 39.5. Western Michigan +20, under 50. Appalachian State -6.5, over 51. Baylor +3, over 57. I like the over 54.5 in that Georgia Tech-Colorado matchup. Over 58.5, UNLV-Sam Houston. San Jose State -12, over 50.5. Give me the over 47.5 in that Texas-Ohio State matchup. Tennessee -13.5, over 51. Maryland -14, over 59 and a hook. Tulane -6, under 47. Penn State -44, over 57. Florida State +14, over 50.5. UMass +3, under 50. Coastal Carolina +12, over 57. I like the under 58 in that LSU-Clemson matchup. Utah State -6, over 61. Ole Miss -38, over 61.5. Louisiana Raging Cajuns -13.5, under 49. Texas State -13, over 58. Georgia Southern +3, over 53.5. Cal Golden Bears +3.5, over 50 and a hook. Arizona -13.5, over 55. Give me the under 51 in that UTAH-UCLA matchup. Colorado State +20, under 53. South Carolina -6.5, under 49. I like the over 50.5 in that Notre Dame-Miami matchup. Give me the under 58 in that TCU-North Carolina game. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And just a friendly reminder, if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium site, You're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper membership during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks my Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.